I've been in hospital for 2 months and somehow there was only one package waiting for us when I got back. It's like there's a pandemic going on or something. I think this is probably the Captain America Epic Collection that has got the Wary Wolf story in. So let's just get this bad boy open. Big surprise is that there's actually 2 things here. I was right about the Captain America Epic Collection, and this is a collection of 2 of Taskman's mini-series. Completely forgot I ordered this. First though, we'll have a quick look at this, and I love the cover. This also collects the terrible Captain America and Punisher graphic novels. There's 3 of them. This cover here is the cover to Captain America issue 400. It was a shiny cover, and as I've said before, I'm not a big fan of shiny covers. And seeing it remastered here, I really like it, and not just because I finally have a thumbnail to use for a review of Captain America 400. I'll get the original issue out and show you the cover. I believe this is the newsstand version, as you can tell from the barcode here, since I tend to try and seek them out since I didn't like the shiny covers. My problem with this cover, I don't know if the camera picks it up well, is that the black shading is grey. The reason for that is, I think, because we have this background that has the colours inverted, and this being a solid black, maybe that would have affected that in some way. Ignore what I just said. It's grey because the black is going to be shiny. So it's nice to see this where the blacks are just solid black. We kick off with Captain America 398. We're starting with the Operation Galaxy quest. We've only got the Captain America issues in this. This is a fantastic crossover. Highly recommend. I think I've reviewed some individual issues of this, including this issue. You can go and watch my review of that, where the takeaway point is that Iron Man is a dickhead. Unlike the recent Avengers Epic Collection, the Operation Galaxy Quest one, this includes the backup stories from Captain America. This one here starring some of the villains. Captain America 400 here. Now here's a real area of contention for me. I think this backup story with Falcon Man and U.S.Agent, it should absolutely be collected alongside the rest of Operation Galaxy Quest. U.S.Agent and Falcon Man, they're going on like a side quest. We've got a little appearance here from the other Avengers who are left on Earth. And then at the end of Operation Galaxy Quest, there is some payoff that requires this story. In fact, we'll get to that in a few pages' time. I will admit it is tangential, there's no real relevance to the overall crossover, but it's like a little subplot. It's kind of like a tie-in. A very loose tie-in, but a tie-in regardless. Then we've got Captain America 401, the EP Lodge to Operation Galaxy Quest. There you go, there's that payoff I mentioned. Having this without that story doesn't make much sense. Nice Christmas pin up there, Captain America and Rachel Diamond. Then we have got the Wary Wolf story. I've already done an extensive video about this one and its quality. I didn't think I've got anything new to say about it. But yeah, Captain America, he gets turned into a wary wolf. And he's just bloody adorable. There is maybe a more interesting subplot with Dr. Doom, but it's contending with this shite. This time though, we have got the backup stories as well. Oh, and there's a nice link between these 2 collections. Then we've got some issues that have never been collected, 409 and 410. And even though the Werewolf story is done with, Dr. Doom is still hanging around. People probably didn't rate these issues highly. I think they're fine, if not good, but I am a total Marky Mark fanboy. I fucking hate this though. This is the Captain America and the Punisher graphic novels. 3 of the bastards, and very little happens in them. The shitty writer also inserts his own character into the story. Total creator's pet. He's in it a lot. And then we have got this bullshit ending. Captain America and the Punisher salute each other. He's a fucking remorseless serial killer and mass murderer. I don't care what adventure they have just been on, Captain America would not let him go. There's a Marvel Age magazine cover by Ron Lee. That's Stanley Lee's little brother. That's a really good cover. And that's it. You know what? This has got one of the worst Captain America stories ever, alongside one of the most universally panned Captain America stories ever. I don't think I recommend it. Then we have got Tusk Man, and as you can see from the cover, we have got an appearance from the most secret Avengers. And on the back, that is some art from the first miniseries. The first miniseries came out in 2002, and it loosely ties in with Gail Simon's run on Dead Pills. Some really good art here. It's the same sort of art that was in that Dead Pills run. And the good news is that this isn't even written by Gail Simon. I have not read it, so I have very little to say. This was a Task Man design that a lot of people liked, but it didn't hang around. We've got a little extra here. This is a Task Man story from Marvel Comics Presents. This will have been around about the time that he was starring in The Initiation. Then we get a Task Man #1 from 2010. And I always thought it was a tragedy that Marvel didn't keep pushing this character, because around about this time, he was also in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I think this is where they established that for all the skills that Taskman mimics, he tends to lose some of his memory, and he doesn't really have any actual memories anymore. Oh, look, there's Nathan Van Scribbler. Bonuses include an unused cover there. Oh, this is cool. We've kind of got Andy book sort of stuff written from Taskman's perspective. Seems to be going out and covering the terrorist groups in the Marvel Universe. Quite a deep cut there. Oh, this is really kind of cool. They've listed like all of his students and all the ones from The Initiation. I really like this. I would like to do something like this. Can Marvel employ me to do like the Hulk's best friends or something? Some production stuff there, a script and some art process. And again, cover sketches. They did this because Taskman's in a film. I'm sure they will ruin him. Nice surprise to get back and have these waiting for us. I rate them 7 thumbs up.